Hello, my name is Beck and welcome to a reading vlog. This vlog is going to be themed after a readathon, and a readathon is a set time period where you read books pertaining to a theme basically, and so I'm doing the Owls Readathon, and that is a readathon based around Harry Potter. So in Harry Potter the characters take their Owls exams, and so in this readathon I'm going to be taking my Owls exam. So one book read equals one exam completed, and each subject has a reading prompt attached to it. So that is where my to be read pile has come from. So I'll leave everything linked down below. I filmed a TBR video where I explained in more depth about what the readathon is and which prompt is which, so I'm not going to go too much into that in this vlog now, but I will show you what I'm going to be reading. So the readathon does go from the 1st of April to the 30th of April. Because it goes for the entirety of April, I've kind of put aside an ambitious reading pile for it, so I don't know if I'm going to get to all of it, but that's where a career comes in. So first of all, here is my TBR pile. It's pretty big, and then the career part is where more nuance of the readathon comes in. So the readathon has prompts for every subject, but also it has a career booklet that G has created because she's the creator of this readathon. So she created this career booklet and it kind of gives you a focus if you don't want to tackle all of the subjects. So I've looked at all of the subject prompts and I've put a book to each prompt that I owned so that I could get through as many as possible. But because I'm a bit intimidated by the amount of books here, I went and I picked a career. For the career that I've chosen, which is Major Visual Arts, it means I only have to read 4 books to pass the readathon basically. So these are the 4 books that I need to finish in order to successfully complete my Owls readathon and win the readathon effectively. But I do want to try and read all of these as well. I will be starting this readathon probably with The Witcher, because I really have been looking forward to reading this since finishing The Last Wish, and I really enjoyed that. So this is the second set of short stories. So there are 2 short story bind-ups, and then the first book, I think The Blood of Elves, follows Geralt. So Geralt's obviously in these bind-ups as well. If I remember, I'll put the subject at the bottom for the book I'm reading, because I obviously will not remember throughout this readathon which book is for which subject. So I might just save myself some time talking in front of camera so that I don't have to cut out a ton of footage of me just scrolling quietly through my phone to find what prompt is for what book. I wanted to address something just before I cut to the next clip or montage or whatever. In my TBR video, I said I don't have a book starting with the letter I, and that was a prompt for like herbology or something, but it was actually an M. So it wasn't an I, it was an M, and the font made it look like something else. So my initial book for it is Maya and the Rising Dark, which is a middle grade about a girl named Maya who one day sees all the colour bleed out of the world, and this has mythical creatures and gods and stuff in it, and I think it's got a quest with Maya and a couple of her friends. So that is why I'm reading it. It sounds like it's so up my alley, but I have kind of put a pause on reading this because I'm really enjoying it, but I'm like 30 pages in because I have just let Animal Crossing dominate my life. So I was waiting for this readathon to get stuck into reading again, and I think I've enjoyed having a bit of a break. So hopefully I devour a ton of stuff for this readathon. So Maya and the Rising Dark is the first one, and then the next 2 I probably don't anticipate actually starting in the readathon, but I wanted to mention them anyway because both of them start with M. So next we have Malice by John Gwynne, and this is a pretty thick adult fantasy book, so I probably won't get to it for the readathon just because it's not right for the readathon. And then I've also got Moon Called by Patricia Briggs for the readathon as well. This is an urban fantasy, it's not that long, but I don't want to rush myself and try and get into this when I've got a book for M already that's a middle grade and doesn't have too many pages. So these 2 are honorable mentions. If I get to them, I get to them. If I don't, I don't, because I've already got a lot of stuff on my TBR. So I know some of it includes manga and some novellas, so it's not as bad as it could be, but I want to prioritize the books that I set aside for this readathon because all of them obviously are on my owned TBR, and my owned TBR is at 45 books, and I was aiming to get to 30 this year. So if I can smash out some of these, it's really going to help me towards that goal. So fingers crossed that I can. Happy first day of the readathon. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and I've done no reading so far today, so who is surprised? Not me. I have some study to do, so I'm doing an online course in proofreading and copy editing, and I'm on the 2nd of 3 modules, so I'm doing the 2nd assessment at the moment. So I need to finish that, and then I need to do a few other like admin-y things. Because of the virus, I'm a casual worker and I don't have an income now, so I need to do a little bit of shuffling around in that regard, but it's a work in progress. So I need to finish my assignment, I need to do a little bit of admin, and then I can sit down and read. And I also have an online yoga class tonight, so hopefully everything lines up and I can start reading the 2nd Witcher book tonight. Hello, it's now Friday afternoon and I have a tiny reading update to report. So I read 30 pages of The Sword of Destiny yesterday and I am planning on reading more today. Honestly, I'm still being dominated by Animal Crossing, so I'm trying to make reading a priority instead because I need to trick my brain into thinking about reading is the thing I want to do in my free time instead of playing the Switch. So I have decided to set myself a reading goal, and that is to finish the first short story in here, and that's I think 83 pages long. So I want to finish that short story and then start a smaller book on my little pile. And I'm not sure at this stage if that little book is going to be The Wilful Princess and the Piebald Prince by Robin Hobb, or if it's going to be Blue Exorcist Volume 8. I think it'll be the manga because it's obviously faster to read because of the picture element to it, so I might pick up the manga, but I want to feel accomplished by finishing a book, and if I can finish the manga or the little novella in one sitting, then that's a good sign. But as for The Sword of Destiny, I'm enjoying it so far. I think, like The Last Wish, it takes a while for me to warm up to the way it's told because the writing is quite, I don't know, formal, I guess. The way the characters write dialogue, it's a bit flowery. Not in a bad way and not in a way to dilute the message, but some things are a little bit grandeur when I'm just used to characters either grunting at each other or being very, very direct or blunt or matter of fact. So it's just a different writing style than I'm used to, but I'm liking it. Like I said, I'm liking it so far. I'm probably going to end up giving this a 4 stars like I gave The Last Wish, but I'm still keen to continue the series obviously because I'm enjoying what I'm reading. And then I did talk a little bit in my last clip about study and stuff. So I've thankfully finished my second assessment and I'm starting studying my third. So it's 3 modules of 3. So I'm on the last chunk of it and I hope to finish that this month. And then I'm also doing that admin stuff that I mentioned, and it's just being a little bit of a trying time. And I think waiting on hold on the phone is taking many hours away from my reading. But for the rest of the day, I'm just planning on catching up with a friend over FaceTime because of obviously the isolation. I can't really leave the house. And then later on this afternoon, Dave's working from home. So after he's finished work, he's probably going to play a video game. I will just sit with him and play Animal Crossing and read. So it's going to be a nice relaxed Friday night, I think. Hopefully I will update you again very shortly. And you can probably tell from the title of this video, but I decided to cut it really short. And then from the Monday onwards is going to be a new weekly vlog. So because this month started on a Wednesday instead of a Monday, I started the vlog halfway through a week. So I just wanted to cut it off so it could be like a clean break and be normal weekly vlogs instead. So that's what I'm going to do going forward, but you can probably tell from the title, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. Hello, it's now Saturday and I have not read any more of the books on my ALS TBR, which is predictable of me, but I am planning on spending today as like a mini readathon. So I'm aiming to finish one or both of the novellas I held up earlier, and I'm aiming to get through the first section of The Witcher book. So I've already played Animal Crossing today. It's like 10-ish in the morning and I'm endeavoring not to play it for the rest of the day unless I log on, you know, for like 30 minutes tonight. But most of my time today is going to be dedicated to reading. I know it's still early in the morning, but I have already filmed a video, so I'll probably do a little bit of editing today as well. So reading and editing, that is what today is going to consist of. It's now 7:30 at night and I can report that I have read the 83 pages of The Witcher, well, The Sword of Destiny, I keep calling it The Witcher, and now I can start reading either my manga or my novella. But I was going to read more earlier, but I did just play Animal Crossing, and then Dave and I also filmed a video, so I'm really excited to bring that to my channel sometime in the near future because we had a lot of fun filming it. I honestly really don't know which one I want to read. I don't know. I just had a flick through before I turned the camera on, and this is about 150 pages long, and usually manga is like 130 to 150 pages. I have a conundrum. Maybe I'll just read the beginning of each one and see which one hooks me, because this is the 8th in a series. I haven't read the rest of these recently, so I'm really worried if I pick this one up I won't remember what's going on. So I might actually, I think that's decided it for me. I will start this one, and I will take the glaring yellow sticker off it as well because it's annoying me. It is now Sunday and it's not even 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I really don't feel like reading today. So I'm going to wrap up this vlog so that I can edit it and then upload it. So an update to the things I've been reading are Sword of Destiny. I'm 83 pages into this one. The next thing I'm going to do after I've finished maybe 1 or 2 other books on my reading pile for this readathon is to read the next short story in here. And hopefully I'll get to that and not procrastinate on it, but we'll see. And then I also read some of this. So I read halfway through. So I'm on 89 pages of this one. So I've read just under 200 pages, so it's a pretty slow start for this readathon. I don't know why I thought I'd be a fast reader, considering all the things going on in the world at the moment. It's making me a little bit disillusioned, so I'm not really motivated when all of these things are going on. And I also do have Animal Crossing to distract me. So I do want to say though, Robin Hobb is one of my favourite authors, and I haven't read her books in a very long time, so when I picked this up I was immediately entranced by her writing, really enjoy her writing. And this is about, as it says, the Willful Princess and the Piebald Prince. So it is the origin story told through the princess's handmaiden. It doesn't sound as thrilling as it's actually reading like, so I don't really know how to pitch it to you other than that, but it's a really interesting look at politics and manipulation. I'm liking it. I'm probably giving it a 4 stars, but we'll see, because obviously I haven't finished it yet. I'm halfway through. And then the rest of this day I am going to be doing some video editing because I need to catch up and do a little bit of that. So that's what this afternoon is going to be dedicated to, and that's why I'm cutting off the vlog now. But I'm going to start up a new one on Monday anyway, so I'm going to see you pretty soon again after finishing this vlog. I will probably do some reading tonight, but obviously I want to finish the vlog during the day. So thank you for watching this slow start to my Owls readathon. I am enjoying what I'm reading so far, which is good. I haven't picked up any books that are like 2 stars or 1 stars or even 3 stars actually. The books that I'm reading I'm probably going to give a 4. Or also I forgot to mention I am listening to an audiobook actually. So I'm listening to The Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray, and that is the second book to The Diviners. So it's a 4-book series. The 4th book came out in March, and it's a young adult series. It's like a historical fiction combined with urban fantasy, because there are diviners who are like clairvoyants. First book we follow Evie, who is a young party girl, and she can understand the history of an object and the people who have interacted with it just by touching it. It's a lot of fun, but Lair of Dreams is actually about a sleeping sickness, and these people keep going to sleep and not waking back up again, and the characters that are getting blamed for it are the characters that are located in Chinatown, because the people at the time think this virus has come from China. So in my attempt to engage in some escapism, I've accidentally picked up a book that is very relevant to our time at the moment with COVID-19. So that was an accident, and it's why I haven't listened to more than 20% of the audiobook, because I have to be in a particular mood to read it. And I've also been listening to it while I've been playing Animal Crossing, so that is a win-win. At least I can kind of read while I play video games as well. So anyway, that is a long-winded last clip of a wrap-up. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the comments, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.